Check my feed. Habits all the way over there. Oops, hang on.
You look live to me.
Oh my goodness, Lord. Something's messed up with my YouTube.
I don't know what it is.
Do you see me on YouTube?
Yeah, I see you're live on my screen.
Oh,
I can see it.
Oh, I was gonna try. Okay, there we go. All right, things are being. I gotta clear that out. It has like 10 different live tabs for me for whatever reason. So. All right, we'll figure it out. So. We're live on Tuesday. I normally don't go live on Tuesday. It's usually Thursday, and it's usually just little old me. But we are here with Bixlurius again, which has been like over a year. And
Yeah.
We've had some major technical difficulties. We were trying to go live. We're trying to multi-stream, and it was not going well. But I think we're live now, and it's good. But we, the first stream, you always gotta buff out some scratches. But I think we're decent now. I don't know if we're all live on. Oh no, we are live on X. All right. Let me bring that up real quick.
I didn't bring up X. I didn't bother with that. Elon Musk still thinks I'm a fake person on X, so my account is not active on X right now.
Did you get banned originally?
I don't know if I got maybe I don't know. All I know is I went to log back in when remember when Steven Crowder and them were all having those big fights and stuff.
Oh,
I remember trying to log in and keep up with that because like there's a bunch of fights on X over all that, and then along with what's her face the black conservative woman on that used to be part of Daily Wire. What is her name?
Candace Owens.
Yeah, when she got fired. Oh, sorry, left Daily Wire.
Yeah, when she left.
I was like a fiend on that shit, like looking at all the stuff, and
X is where it's at.
I just never got my account reinstated. Like, cause so like you can log in, but it's like you can't comment or what. I was like, well, I wasn't gonna comment anyways because
So
I just don't care enough.
Okay, so you have some kind of it's like what somewhat censored account?
Yeah, so it's like it keeps telling me that I have to like either re-verify or I have to do something because my account is suspended. Like, and I'm on look only right now because I guess it thought I was like a bot account or something.
Oh, okay. Probably want you to like confirm your email,
yeah,
number,
or something
phone number, whatever.
stupid.
They always.
I just
am
too
number.
lazy to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't care enough.
X is the place to be, man. It's still not
Is
perfect.
It?
Like, I mean, people are like, "Oh, it's so much better. It's true free speech." I mean, it's not really true free speech because I called Ellen Page a chick, which it is, but now it's Elliot Page. So I misgendered that person, and my account got taken down under Elon Musk. Now the bigger accounts, it doesn't matter. Like if it's like a Benny Johnson or if it's a whatever. Insert big account here. They're immediately on Elon Musk's radar, so he's going to unban them manually. But for someone like me, it's like a no-name account. I gotta admit, delete the tweet, and all that. At first, I wasn't going to do it. I'm like, it's principle. I'm not going to delete it. And I'm just like, fuck it. I'll delete the tweet, whatever.
I don't have anything to delete. That's why I think it just thinks I'm like a bot account because like I never post. I just always lurk. On Twitter, well, sorry, X now.
X, get it right.
But I always just lurk, and I guess it's like the algorithm or the AI, whatever it is that determines whether to suspend an account or not. It's like this looks too much like a bot, and it's not even that. It's just like just don't comment because I just like to lurk.
Yeah, they got some stupid algorithm because it always flags my tweets. Like if I, say like faggot or something like that, it'll automatically pop up. But it's better for the most part. It's not as bad as it used to be. depending on who you
Yeah.
ask. I mean, if you ask a left, they say it's a crazy right wing cesspool, but
Yeah, it's really not though. I mean, let's be
yeah,
honest
it
here.
isn't.
It's Elon Musk is not a right wing guy. I don't know why everybody's like, oh yeah, Elon Musk, he's a champion of the right. What? He started an electric car company.
Yeah,
That's pretty
one of them
left, I
climate
think.
change weirdos. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, I mean, anything that's slightly not even right wing, just common sense. Like, all right, I believe in two genders. I believe, and just common sense policies. They're immediately your right wing. Elon Musk, look, if you're not breaking the law, like inciting violence or anything like that, then yeah, you have a voice here, and
Right.
that's considered crazy right wing, Nazi, whatever. But I mean, it just goes to show that it's one side saying, "Look, we want everyone to say whatever the hell they want." It just, as long as it's within the confines of the law, obviously you can't incite violence. And the other side saying, "No, if you don't like it, you got to ban them." Like they lost their shit when they reinstated freaking Alex Jones and who's that kid? The young kid. He hates Jews apparently.
Young kid hates. Oh, you're talking about Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, that guy, that kid.
Yeah, that guy's crazy. Like, so I listened to he's on Rumble, I guess, because Rumble doesn't ban anyone.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say that. It's very, very hard to get banned on Rumble.
As long as you're not breaking the law,
Yes,
they're not
as
going
long
to
as
take
there's
your
no
channel
laws
down.
being broken, you're normally fine. But I watched one of his things and holy crap, that dude. So like you listen to him and you're like, okay, he's trying to. It seems like he's trying to speak really nice, but then like, kind of like talk down to the people he like wants to talk down to, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Narcissism.
it's also one of these things too where like his reasons for what he believes and why he believes are just like holy crap, that it's like he takes like a nugget of truth and then wraps it in like this crazy like shit show, and he's just like, here, all you got to do is dig through this poop and you'll find my cool philosophy that's down in there. And it's like, because no, seriously, the one time he's trying to defend himself on why, because you know how like they say he's a Holocaust denier. Well, he's not. And that's the thing that I think he's able to get people on, is he's not technically a Holocaust denier. He is I don't think what happened during the Holocaust is as bad as they said it was, which is stupid. It's like, it's so basically what you're saying is like, oh, because the Holocaust, because what his whole thing is because of what the Holocaust is and its stigma behind it, he thinks that there's now this group of Jewish people in power that are using the Holocaust as like a bludgeoning weapon to stop people from saying bad things about the Jews, which to some extent you can see. Yeah, I can see some people are kind of using that, but a lot of times, those people, it's because they have some power, and because there's just a lot of Jews in Hollywood, a lot of Jews in the.
Like it just so happens to be that they're Jewish,
And so, yeah, of course they're going to use that whole thing of like, because, some of them are very leftist liberals. So they use that race card as a way, like most of the left does. They use that left leaning like, oh, I got this victimhood card and I'm going to use it.
Yeah. But it's weird that it's only Jews though, because you can say whatever the hell you want about Christians, and it's totally fine. I mean, I can like go on and say like I hate Christians, I wish they all died. I might get some people that like hit me up in the comments and they're upset, but I'm not going to get canceled. I'm not going to get taken down. But if I say about Jews or say about Muslims, it's just like
and that's the other thing is like it's like he's like so hyper focused on like the Jewish whatever. And it's like, you can't say it about Muslims either. Like, that's another one. It's like this weird, unholy trinity of like the left where they defend certain things, but not other things. And then, but really all they're doing is using these groups to further their agenda. It's not like they are these conglomerate of, there's no Jewish space lasers right now focusing down on Hawaii and burning the place.
Yeah, of course.
That was the government. I mean, what?
Stream just taken down.
But anyways, so like he uses that whole thing, and then he pivots right back to, so yeah, I don't think that I think we need to take a look at like how the Holocaust is treated and this and that, and it's just like, dude, I don't think you understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say 6 million Jews dead is not that bad. like, I don't think you understand what your argument is.
Yeah, I think he might push it a little bit too far. I
He
just find him like just like annoying. It's not necessarily like what he's saying. I mean, it's that too, to an extent. But I just find his like demeanor and the way he just does his videos is just not my vibe. You know, it's not my tempo. You know, I just can't. I can't. It's just not my thing. Is all.
Well, and I think it's because he tries to act more mature and more wise than he actually is.
Yeah.
And that's something that I can't stand, that false, because someone who's truly wise would not be saying the dumb shit he's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like for instance, if you kind of look at like how Jordan Peterson kind of carries himself in a conversation, like he uses actual wisdom to try and articulate what he's saying and try to actually reach the other person. Whereas Nick Fuentes doesn't give a damn about reaching the other side of the aisle, or he's not actually trying. He's just trying to get whoever is already on his side more on his side and piss other people
inflammatory
off.
Yeah, which there's definitely an audience for that. You know, people like, you know, the over the top inflammatory type stuff, you know.
Yeah, like rage streamers. He's basically like a right-wing rage streamer, I guess.
Yeah.
But like he causes other people I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, speaking of streamers, if we could just switch gears for a sec.
This is a great segue.
So on this, you might say, if you watch my Thursday shows, like houses differ, I probably would say like on my show I kind of cover like the boring stuff, the polls and what's Trump gonna do with his policies. You know, I kind of like for me and Adam kind of wanted to focus a little more on it. We'll talk about politics, we'll talk about Trump and all that and whatnot, but we'll I also kind of want to focus on some like pop culture news and stuff, what's going on with streamers. And let me see if I can share my screen real quick. And what is going on, Robert? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Katomi? Good to see you again. How you doing? So the doctor, you didn't hear anything about the Dr. Disrespect thing, right? We're talking about that before the air.
This one is completely new to me.
So, just anyone who doesn't, I know Adam knows who he is, but just for anyone who doesn't, Dr. Disrespect's a huge Twitch streamer, or he was a Twitch streamer. Then he was originally banned 4 years ago. People thought the reason he was banned was because he was streaming on the competitor site, which is Mixer. It was owned by Microsoft, and they thought that he was kind of leveraging his position to try to get a better raise, and that's why he was fired. But no one really knew. He didn't say anything. Twitch didn't say anything. He was just let go, and then Mixer, you know, crashed, and you know it went under, and then you know he started streaming on YouTube. But anyways, he's a big time streamer, just for anyone who didn't know, and he. It's not funny, but he originally got in trouble for not in trouble, but you know, controversy, drama for cheating on his wife a number of years ago. And did you hear about that, Adam?
Yes, that I did hear about.
Yeah, and
I didn't care because you know it's Dr. Disrespect. Like I don't care.
Yeah, it's I don't get too caught up in like the drama stuff. Just it depends. Like, whoa, why is my camera moving? Go back there. It really depends what it is, because like sometimes it can be like overblown, like the whole like Candace not liking Ben Shapiro thing. I didn't really care. You know, it's like, all right, they don't like each other. I don't really care about Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens, to be quite honest with you. I don't care if they don't like each other or if they're talking about Israel and all that, because I just don't care about the Israel thing. I don't think we've actually talked about it, but I just don't care. I mean, it's not like, you know, you could pray for them, care for them, say Hamas are terrorists and all that. But we have so many problems in our country. I'm like, I can't afford the care right now. Our country's on freaking fire. All right. They can take care of themselves. They're wealthy. They got weapons. So that's pretty much just my whole stance on it. I just don't, you know, because I will get comments every once in a while on my ex or my Getter. And you never said anything about it. I'm like, I don't have anything to say. What am I supposed to say about it? I don't care. But
yeah, Come on, I need your opinion on the Jewish space laser. Damn
I,
it!
like
I need to know.
I'm focused on winning in November, and that's about it. So Dr. Disrespect, we found out through an unhinged Twitch employee who was doing this weird thing. I don't have the image up right now, but the quartering was posting it, and you guys can just follow him. He posts all that stuff.
Also, I cannot see the shared thing on my screen, so
you can't see my.
Yeah, I can't see your shared thing.
Really? Let me check that.
You probably just have to make it visible so that I can see what we're looking at. There we go. Yep, that's all you need to do.
All right, there we go. So we're using a new streaming method. If you guys watched our earlier stream, which was like a year and a half ago, maybe more, we just had a wonky setup with Discord. This is better, but it's just we got to get used to it.
Get used to it.
We're getting used to it. Which, by the way, if you see the little tag down there, follow us on Rumble. If I covered this on my live stream a few weeks ago, the FBI put out a big notice that they're cracking down on misinformation on social media. I have 7 hard strikes on my YouTube channel. So I don't know what's going to happen to me this November. So I always tell people I would hate to lose touch with you guys. Just go follow me over on Rumble or on X, because you may just not see me on YouTube one day. 7 hard strikes. I don't know where it's going to go from there, but
I don't worry about it. Steven Crowder has like 62.
Yeah, he's crazy. I'm trying to catch up to him. I mean, the fact that I'm kind of a nobody and I have 7 hard strikes is effing ridiculous. It shows how crazy they are trying to knuckle down on it.
But they've knuckled down on it. So It's a Gundam has probably upwards of 10 hard strikes against his channel, and his hard strikes are because he talks about fucking Pokimane, for God's sake. I just feel like
oh, the streamer Pokimane.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying Pokemon funny.
No. No, not Pokemon.
Yeah, sorry,
Pokimane. But It's a Gundam has hard strikes against him for stupid shit like that, and all he talks about is streamer drama, and then I forget, he also talks about pop culture stuff and all that, but he has hard strikes because YouTube is just they will favor certain viewpoints, and bigger Pokimane is obviously pretty big.
Yeah.
So all she had to do was cry over to YouTube, and YouTube's like, all right, we'll ban this guy. Looks like he might be stalking you or whatever. I forget what they use to ban him or take down his videos, but all he did was do a critique of her. It wasn't like he was at her house with a video
was
camera.
He the streamer that she went after? She was kind of posting this guy's bad, go after this guy.
Yes.
And yeah, she's psycho.
Yeah, Pokimane has been psycho. I don't understand why she's so popular.
Very toxic.
She is the crazy. She's so everybody simps over her, right? Because they think oh, if I watch her stream and I give her money, it's like I'm dating her.
Yeah.
That's what some of these crazy guys are like. Yeah, and it's I hate to tell you guys this, you're dating a fucking psychopath.
I mean, it's true, though. And she went through some controversy a while ago because she wasn't her streams were literally her watching movies and TV shows.
She would at least sit, I think at one, I can't remember if it was hers or Valkyrie or whatever, but all of them are guilty. They'll sit down and they'll they just got tired of doing their job, basically, which is streaming and entertainment. And they're like, oh man, this is too hard. I have to sit in front of a screen for 8 hours of the day and come up with content. Yeah, no shit. And so instead of doing their job, they're like, we're just gonna watch fucking Avatar.
Yeah. It happens to a lot of streamers. They just get lazy because it's they go live and they know that they're going to get tens of thousands, hell, if not millions of views. So they're like, I don't have to do anything. I'm going to get paid. So who cares?
Hot tub stream.
Jamal Bowman. Yeah. Hot tub stream. Those are fire. Not that I would know. I heard that they're, fire over there on Twitch. But, Kick allows them. Kick is trying to take Twitch's, player. So real quick, and we'll get to the Dr. Disrespect thing. Kick is actually saying if Twitch bans you and charges you a fine, because apparently they were charging fines if you multi-streamed. Apparently they're allowing it now, but originally they weren't allowed multi-streams. So if you multi-stream, they'll charge you a fine. And Kick was saying, hey, if you leave Twitch and come to Kick, we'll pay for your fine. We'll give you 90% of anything you make, because Twitch takes 50%. and we'll give you 90% of your make. So I don't know how well that's working for Kick, but they're a little bit better. I might make a Kick at some point, but Jamal Bowman is out. Oh yeah, I did hear that, Blake.
Yeah, they lost.
Did you know about that guy with the fire alarm and all that?
Yep. Yeah,
I can't believe
I still keep up with like all that stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
I can't believe pulling a fire alarm during the middle of a Congress
Yo,
hearing.
he was just confused. He thought it was. He thought it was the button. You know the button you press for like the disabled, like the disabled people and stuff like that. He thought it was that, and it would just automatically open the doors for him. That's what he thought.
I know it said fire on the door, but I still thought it was like in Spanish or some shit.
I know it said pull only in case of emergency, but damn it, I needed that door open.
I mean, technically I was late, so it was emergency, so I pulled on that handle and shit. That alarm just went right on. And the earlier video that came out after shows him removing the warning signs.
Yeah.
So that whole, I didn't see the warning signs. Yeah, because you remove them, you freaking retard. We seen you on the video. But he was campaigning with AOC, and they were doing some like weird rap concert type thing, and it's bad. I was going to watch it tonight, but I'm like, I really don't want to experience that again. It was like cringe overload.
Well, I mean, AOC, anything involved with AOC is probably going to be shit-tastic.
Maybe that wasn't the best method.
But hey, you can sit down and play Minecraft with her.
Does she still do that thing?
I don't know if she still does that.
Because I know she was her and Elon Omar or something that were trying to stream for a while.
Yeah, they did some stream, and I think they even got like some famous streamers like going back to Pokemon.
Oh yeah, she did stream with them. She streamed with Omar. They did
and
Among
I'm just
Us
like,
or
what
whatever.
the fuck?
We will play Among Us. Just do not mention that I married my brother, and do not mention that I hate the Jews. It's probably
Dude,
a horrible
she does hate
impression.
the Jews.
She really does.
like we kind of think Nick Fuentes hates the Jews, but Ilhan Omar really does hate the Jews.
And oh my God, who's the KKK guy? David Duke, I think his name is.
Yeah, David Duke.
He likes a lot of her posts, which should tell you something, which is hilarious. And but anyways, the Dr. Disrespect thing. So
we keep getting distracted.
Yeah, we got distracted. This is how we talk in real life when me and Adam hang out. We like, I want to tell him something, and then we'll just veer off, and then like an hour later, I'm like, oh yeah. So anyways, what I was saying, but
back to the original topic.
Yeah. So Dr. Disrespect, he got banned. No one knew why. Some unhinged Twitch employee who was trying to promote. Apparently, they're in a ban. This Twitch employee, and so it already was a weird unhinged employee. So most people were like, I don't trust this guy. I need more evidence, which I think is a fair thing to say. So we don't go off a hearsay. Somebody like that E. Jean Carroll gross skeleton that said Trump raped me 40 years ago, and she has zero evidence whatsoever. Oh,
hey! Don't you besmirch her good name. I'm sure she was. Yeah, nobody. Touched that.
She was just fun.
Nobody touched that. Nobody touched that.
Like, do you have any evidence whatsoever that Trump did that? She's like, no, none whatsoever. They're like, all right, Trump, you're guilty. Sorry, that checks out for me. No evidence. But it's like, we don't go off a hearsay. It's like, and that's what it was. It was some unhinged Twitch employee said, Dr. Disrespect did this thing, and we're like, we need more evidence. So then Dr. Disrespect came out with this whole thing. I won't read the whole thing, but I'll kind of glaze through it. He's talking about making a statement. He said, let's cut the effing bullshit. As you know, no filter with me. I've always been upfront with you guys and real on every occasion. He said, which is why he's here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to my community and apologize to the game studio. So he has a game studio. They're making a new game coming out, and they let him go.
He makes games now.
Well, he's making a game with they're called Midnight Society game studio, and it's some kind of shooter. I forget what it's called. It's like Breakout or Dead Out or something like that.
What is he also gonna bitch and say this game is shit?
He might
just shit.
He just plays it and just shits on it.
It just shits on his own game. This game is a fucking disgrace.
They say, I mean, the long story, we can skip all this part. It's pretty much, it was mutual that they let him go, is what they're saying. He said it was mutual. We talked on it. So he said, I could tell you my side of the story. He said, was there a Twitch whisper? First of all, using Twitch whispers is just weird. Twitch, because they have their own messaging system. Twitch whisper messages with an individual, but oh, this is not the updated tweet. Did he update it again? Hang on. No, there's a newer one. Hang on. He said individual. You guys all saw it on my screen. He said individual. I messaged. Now we have the updated tweet, individual minor. Back in 2017, the answer is yes. He was messaging her. Were there real intentions behind these messages? Absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that leaned too much into the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed, which is true. Twitch did have a settlement with him, and the investigation proved to be no crimes whatsoever. I never even mentioned the individual. I went through a lengthy oh my god. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah, I can anyways.
Hang on. I'm seeing
on the screen. I can still see it.
Can you see my mouse cursor and all that?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, I'm back. What the hell? First my camera, then this. This is what I'm talking about, the technical difficulties. So anyways, he admits there that it was a minor. We see it right there. He updated the tweet. It originally said individual. Now he admitted it was a minor.
Oh. That's kind of sketch, but
yeah.
okay.
I mean, he updated that himself, by the way. He added the word in minor. I guess he felt, all right, I'm dishonest. I can't say individual. It was a minor. Where the hell was I? Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, as a husband and a father. And it should never have happened. I'm not perfect. Yeah, so first of all, even if he didn't do anything illegal, which seems to be true, it's like, bro, you cheated on your wife once, and now you're having this kind of flirtatious thing over freaking Twitch. Like, can you not control yourself for 5 seconds? Like, it's Twitch whispers, messaging some random person, getting all.
What is up with these streamers doing like random? Wasn't there someone from? There's another one from Twitch that.
Oh, I agree, Katomi.
That got in trouble with like dealing. I don't know if it was it was definitely sexual in nature, but I don't know if it was with it was with another crew member. I think it was, which is the one that Disguised Toast is a part of.
I'm not familiar, to be honest with you.
Crap, I can't remember what but anyways, his group of people, his like, because you know how like now these streamers have like houses together and shit,
yeah,
and they buy like these big fucking houses, and like they all have their own rooms, and they all stream together and do random shit, and they're constantly in and out of each other's rooms. Well, there's the one that was part of his thing, and I think I forgot what his name was, but he would like constantly go in and out of like Pokemanes, Valkyries, and a couple other of the chicks' like rooms, and like he was seen as like a pretty likable guy, a likable streamer, but like
it's always the ones you don't expect.
Yeah, and like he was like trying to like diddle Valkyrie or something, and like it was not mutual, and like yeah, that's what I mean. He was like being a real creepo, and then you found out too he would like constantly go out and like, you know, try and talk up when he was a womanizer.
Yeah.
And like I don't know what it is about Twitch, but I feel like there's just way more womanizers and stuff than
well,
it's like it attracts them.
Yeah, they don't got a good tracker. I mean, they can become famous and they're easy accessible through their Discords, for their Twitch whispers apparently, and they just apparently.
I don't like that it's called a whisper. That bugs me.
Yeah, that's what makes it creepier. You know, he could have just said DMs.
Hey, this is a little Twitch whisper. Let me whisper in your ear.
Well, it apparently worked with him. But he long story short, he kind of goes on and on. He just says he's sorry, and as a husband and father, he's going to step away from streaming for a little while. He's going on a long vacation. And he said, they want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. So he's kind of owning it, saying, like, yeah, I did message a minor. That did happen. There were inappropriate conversations. But, hey, I didn't do anything illegal, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to stream. I'm still going to do my thing. So, I mean, there's definitely some fans of his that are like, yeah, hell yeah, brother, you're, being honest and stuff. But
I don't know, man.
most people I see can't. The fact that originally when you said an individual, we're like, all right, so there was some girl assuming of age that you were messaging inappropriately, uh, But then when he added the word minor, everyone was just like, all right, yeah, this is where it's getting weird because after already cheating on your wife once,
And how old is he now? He's like 30 something, right?
he's got to be. I mean, he's got. I always assumed he was older than me, but who knows? He's got to be close to 40, if he's not 40 already.
42.
42. Damn.
I was like, man, what is his age? I was like, if only there was a device that I could use to look up this information.
Yeah,
if only.
If he wasn't, can I zoom in there? There we go. If he wasn't done already, a lot of people were saying they think he's done now. Like he'll have his, few cult followers, if you want to call him that. I hate to use that word, but I don't think he'll be popular on the mainstream ever again.
Well, yeah, because like, okay, it's one of those things where it's almost unanimous amongst normal people, I should say. Like you just don't go after kids, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like a big no-no. And I think we can all agree that unless you are a minor yourself, you should probably not go after fucking minors.
There's plenty of fish in the sea, you know. But now, I mean,
unless of course you are a job, like your occupation is a minor, then I'm sorry. I apologize to you guys.
That's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different thing. I get it. You're down in the coal mines. You're like, hey, I just want love too.
But no,
you can get love but not with the other minor.
Yeah, that's a different. That's just keeping warm. That's just business related, man. That's all that is. But they're what they're trying to say right now, and you see it all over the Quartering's page. The Quartering was defending him hard. Like he's like, I'm going in, I'm defending him. But as soon as it came out about the minor thing, that's when he backed off.
It was like, whoa,
yeah, whoa. and now everyone else is saying like, oh, see, we told you, we knew he was. It's like you didn't know he was guilty. You were assuming he was guilty off of hearsay.
Yeah.
And people like the Quartering and everyone else said, let's wait for more evidence. I'm not just gonna totally condemn a guy based off of hearsay. I need more than just that to
also the Quartering for the most part, they're pretty like he's a decent enough guy that I don't think he probably was just coming to his defense because he's like, man, people are just bandwag jumping on people, and he's seen it a million times.
Yeah.
It happens every time. You jump the gun, and then it turns out it was a minor, so he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think he was defending him because he already knew that a minor was involved. In fact, I can guarantee you he didn't, because one of the first reasons I even know about him is from my days back in, well, I still play Magic off and on, but Magic the Gathering would have like these big events and stuff. And at these big events, there were judges and stuff like that. And like they also like brought in cosplayers, and there was a bunch of probably sexual stuff that shouldn't have happened with said cosplayers. But anyways, he would like call out a lot of the bullshit there. Yeah. And one of the things that he called out, especially after they had gone after him and said, you can no longer show up to Wizards of the Coast events, you can no longer do this. He found out, and he kind of brought it to light, that like several of high-ranking judges in WotC were pedophiles, like registered.
Yeah.
And so like he is known for going after people who are either in support of or protecting, child abusers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this whole Dr. Disrespect thing is, you probably don't want to go after him right away. But as soon as he outed himself that it was a minor, it's like, I think the correct call is to kind of back away and be like, well, you dug your own grave.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been like a huge fan. Not that like I, had a problem with his content. It was just something I didn't watch. Like it just wasn't my thing,
I don't like. He's like a borderline rage streamer.
Yeah.
You know, he's like I don't know if you've ever heard of like Tyler One,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
there's I guess is Sneeko a rage streamer? I don't know what he is.
He's
Um,
a weirdo that lets people
yeah,
sleep with his wife. You know?
yeah.
That's all I know him for.
Him and Aiden Ross getting
Yeah,
together and
or girlfriend,
fucking each
whatever the hell it
other's
is.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
Then there's I forget what the other one is, but there's a couple like rage streamers, especially in League of Legends. But like that's what Dr. Disrespect always reminded me of, was like a rage streamer.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
Thing. Yeah, it's that's pretty much all you can really say about it. It's just that we thought we weren't going off of hearsay. Then it came out that he was doing what he was doing, so we're just stepping away, but
he outed himself. That's
he outed
his,
himself. That was the whole thing.
Like he's like an individual, and then he goes, I wonder how I can dig this hole deeper.
Yeah, some people
individual
like
minor.
Anything, Like, oh, I appreciate your honesty. Some people are like, oh, he just shouldn't have said anything, man. He should have just dropped it right there. But
well, you know what? I'm okay with sunlight, disinfecting.
Yeah.
Like that's just one more person I can be like, all right. I don't know about you. Now, this is just me, and maybe call me crazy, but after I left high school, I never thought, I wonder how them waters are doing back there. You know what I mean?
That takes a special kind of effed up.
Yeah. Like I never think like when, especially like, when you're out and about and, I don't like look at like these young girls and go, I want a piece of that young tail. Let me get some of that. Like it just doesn't ever come to mind.
Yeah.
Like you have to be mentally deranged or in a bad mental state to even consider. Like, I don't care if you're fucking whispering to her in your fucking Twitch channel. Like, no, just don't. If you already know she's a minor, don't do that shit.
Yep.
I just would never. I just would never see myself ever doing that. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any sympathy for him, but I mean, kind of a segue to weird pedophile type stuff. They're the same group in my opinion. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick. I know I can see it on my stream. I gotta get used to this collab stream.
Yeah, every time you bring it up on the thing, you have to bring it up for me too.
So rumors, kind of still in the same realm of gaming, PlayStation Studios seeking non-white transgender actor to lead new game. Story will focus on how their culture does not accept women as leaders in their community. Well, if that doesn't sound like a winning idea, I don't know what is.
Yeah, this is just like the Acolyte all over again.
Yeah. My God, yeah, we need to get to that.
Yeah, we got. Yeah, I saw the funniest fucking. I think it was on X or maybe it was on Facebook. It doesn't matter. I saw it's like, yo, I think we're being way too harsh on the Acolyte director and all that, because somehow they took lesbian space witches that use the Force and made them the most uninteresting people in Star Wars lore and history. Like, well done.
When I saw the description of that, I'm like, that can't be real. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way they actually do that. And then I watched Patriotic and I watched Critical Drinker's review of it. I'm like, oh
Critical
my God.
Drinker's review on it was great.
I'm like, oh my God, they actually did the whole space lesbians Force type thing.
Yeah, she scissored to infinity and made two children out of the Force or the thread, whatever. It doesn't matter what it's called.
Like we call it the thread.
But yeah, this whole thing, like the whole like how our culture does not accept women as leaders in their community. The whole reason the lesbian space witches left, Coruscant or the Republic or whatever is
the hell they are.
because they don't accept women like us.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What does that even mean? What does that mean?
Well, they're going to tell us if they get this non-white transgender actor to lead the game. How do you make a game of that? Like what? Like
I don't get it. I don't get it either. I don't
Yeah, I mean it's pretty
understand.
much just all rumors. PlayStation Studios is currently looking to develop a new
Well,
game centered on a male to female. That is important right there. Male to female transgender protagonist who seeks to prove herself against the misogynistic values of her culture. Wow.
so wait, women can't be leaders, but she was a male. So basically, she was like, or he, she. It doesn't matter. This video game character was like, "Hey, I want to play life on hard mode. I'm gonna become a woman in this obvious, obvious, very masculine dominated society."
But it's still a man, so technically they are, still not.
Yeah.
accepting
Anyway,
women
so they
as
shouldn't have
leaders.
any problem, right?
I mean, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on that game because that sounds like a golden ticket idea right there.
Well, isn't it also that game that it's basically just another Overwatch clone?
Oh yeah, that's what that screenshot was. It's like it's an Overwatch clone, and it's just all like they brag about, like, their community director was bragging that they don't have any white males, and they're bragging about how diverse they were or are rather, and they have all these like fat lesbian characters.
You don't get it though. So like when they did their first, like, it was like a gameplay reveal trailer, like, it is one of those ones where like everybody unanimously, before they even came out and was like, oh yeah, we're focused on diversity, yada yada yada, everybody's like, well, this game's just DOA. Like, it's just dead because like it looks exactly like a stupid fucking Overwatch clone, another one of these stupid, arena shooters that nobody cares for anymore unless you're doing something fantastic with it, and they're not. Like, how are you going to take the idea that, because like I guess the whole idea is like they're a bunch of mercenaries or pirates or something in space, and they're like doing these dangerous missions or whatever, and they're taking like dangerous bounties, yada, and like it's like, why didn't you do something with that aspect instead of like, oh, we're just gonna move this cart down the arena a bit, and the first team
it's
to do
pretty
that.
much
It's like we've already done that with Overwatch.
Yeah, 1-for-1 remake with Overwatch. It's probably because they see that Overwatch is kind of,
is dead too.
Yeah, it's dead. So like now's the time to get in on that market.
Yeah, let's see who rises from the ashes, basically.
And they're making a Marvel one too, apparently.
Yes, there's a Marvel one that's coming out too. They're like, they see blood in the water. They're like, well, if Blizzard doesn't want this money, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember back in my day, games would like hold their value. Like, I don't know.
I kind of feel like that. Like, kind of just getting like winded.
Everything's getting super watered down, and what, like,
I mean, with everything, whether it's video games or movies or TV shows, everything's getting wokeified. It's like everything has some kind of the message in it, and people are just getting tired of it. It gets tiresome. I know I'm like that with video games. Like, I'm just like, after a while, I'm just like, I don't even care about any new video games coming out.
Yeah,
I kind of miss that. Like, we just watched the all the new E3 stuff because Nintendo did the Direct and PlayStation did. They're trying to show off all their new games and whatnot. And I'm like, I can't be excited for anything. It's like even with like movies and stuff, I see new trailers. I'm not excited for any of the stuff just because the woke kind of just ruined it all,
Yeah, and dude, don't even get me started on movies. Like, I loved going to. I can't tell you the last time I went to a movie theater now.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think the last time was like the Godzilla X Kong shit, and that's just because that's just like a popcorn movie. I can just go in, watch big monsters fight, and I'm just like, this is, this kind of reminds me of why I like going to the movies. But it just sucks because you can't go and see, like, you can't go and just enjoy yourself at the movies. It's always like, oh man, we gotta make sure that like the female character is like the top tier and this and that, and like there's all these rules and
all
stuff
the
they
girl
have to
boss
fucking
movies
follow. And it's like, just make a good movie for once.
Well,
Like, and it's obvious it's not that we hate female characters. We've always loved female characters.
Yeah.
Always. But instead they're like, oh, we're just going to force all these female characters that are lazily written. They basically just made a male character, put a chick in it, and said, yep, this is the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense because that's not how a female would react to that situation.
Well,
like,
it's they were talking about like the Acolyte coming out, like, oh, you guys just don't like a female lead, and then they're showing the Fallout show for Amazon, which has phenomenal reviews. Like everybody loves it. I haven't watched it, but I mean, everyone's like raving about it, and like that's a female lead right there. That defeats your point.
I thought it was pretty good. There's some like plot holes or there's some things wrong with it. Definitely was not perfect.
Yeah,
but for the most part, I enjoyed it, and I could like sit down and watch it and be like, oh, look at this. And you could definitely tell they were doing a bunch of member berries, like, hey, remember the vaults, remember this, remember plasma rifles,
try to pull like, people in with the nostalgia, you know.
Yeah, and it's just like it was definitely fun to watch, though, and I'm hoping season 2 they kind of patch out some of the stuff that was kind of stupid in the first season, but I actually genuinely hope that it continues because, to be honest, I can't remember her name now. The actress who plays the
main chick,
the main character. I can't remember her name, but it doesn't matter. She's also the one that plays the voice of Jinx in Arcane. And I really like her as an actress. And it's like, so right there, that just goes to show, like, I like her because her character makes sense. And she's played 2 characters now that make sense. And they're both
seems like
female.
She kind of cares about it to some degree. I saw some YouTube video where she said, like, the director said, you know, I don't have to play the game, but she decided to play through it, at least to just kind of like,
to get herself
understand
recognized, try to understand why people like this thing.
Yeah, that's kind of like how wait, hold on. Cop Shop was an example of a good movie with a strong female lead. Alexis Louder killed it. I'm not familiar with Cop Shop at all, but I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, there's just plenty of examples of good female leads. It has nothing to do with that. It's just they make a really crappy show because they're too focused on the message, and that's the reason that people don't like it, like the Acolyte, and then they have to turn some kind of ism or phobia. That's the reason you don't like it.
Yeah, and it's always like, oh, well, you don't like strong female characters or something like that. Yeah. It's always about, like, they always say, like, strong female and character in the same sentence. Like, you always know it's coming. You always know strong female characters coming.
Yeah.
And as soon as they use that, you just know that they really don't have a legitimate argument. Because, as I said, we like female characters. And to be honest, I can name a couple strong female characters that I've liked. Let's go all the way back to Alien. Alien is one of my favorite horror movies.
One of the most popular ones, yeah.
Yes, Alien, and then Aliens afterwards. Alien 3 kind of sucked, and so did Alien Resurrection, but we won't talk about those movies.
It's like I've only ever seen the first one. But.
Yeah. But, like, that is a strong female character.
Yeah.
Like, there's no ifs, ands, or it's just the fact that she acts realistic in the situation that she's in.
Yeah. They just don't know how to write good characters.
Yeah, she's not there, like, fucking taking on the alien and choke slamming it through the fucking...
Like, there has to be some sort of basis in realism for people to buy into the show. And it's just these writers just don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know if you saw that... oh, my God, what's it called? It's... Until It Glows, or It Glows. So it's some new movie coming out, and just the quick gist of it is 2 gay actors, a boy and a girl, are watching a show, and that's what the whole movie's based off of. They bond over the show that they're watching. The big twist at the end to these 2 gay characters is that they are actually watching themselves in the show, and themselves in the show are transgender, and that's trying to show them their true calling, their true path to life. And that's literally the entire story. And I shit you not, that is real. I'm like, and because I follow Bounding in Comics, which is pretty much like a Christian IGN site almost. But they gave it a 0 So I'm like, why did they give this movie a 0? I got to read about it. So I just started reading up on it. I'm just like, dear Jesus God. So they write this crap, and then when you don't like it, they're going to say transphobic and all that crap.
Dude, I just can't wait for the Acolyte to finally like just come straight out and be like, look, I I just want to say that these two twins, they've actually been here for the entire. They're more important than Anakin. They're more important than Luke.
It's pretty much what they
And
said.
we're gonna bring them back, and they're gonna help raise Skywalker in the future.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to be like, these are the most important characters ever.
Oh yeah, they'll make them full canon and all that. And they're already
so
focusing
bad.
on Rey for the new movies, and
Oh,
I don't know why.
that's the character everybody loved. By
Yeah,
the way,
the least liked protagonist you ever had, and you're going to make another trilogy with them. But I kind of just figured Star Wars is dead. I follow the Chris Gore
Yes.
guy; he's really good, and he was like, he's going to have like some kind of funeral for Star Wars coming up, and
the one YouTuber I think is his whole channel is like it's Theory, I think Star Wars Theory or something like that.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Like,
about. Yeah,
dude, I watched the one Critical Drinker does Open Bar, and it's a podcast, and it talks about just like the movies and stuff that have come out throughout the past so many weeks, and they talk about the ups and downs, and they were talking about Acolyte, and when the one guy was described, because like the one guy was able to, I don't know how, but he's like able to watch the episodes early for some reason. I'm not sure why, but he knew what was going to happen in episode 3, and that's the whole like force.
I think that was Chris Gore actually.
Yeah, maybe. So he's describing this, and like Theory, his whole face throughout the whole, you can tell he is dying inside because you can tell he loves Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
and he's just there with this like. And just like looking down, like it's so dejected and upset. And
when I was reading, I'm like, "There's
so
no way."
bad.
I'm like, "There's no way this is actually going to happen. There's no way they do this." And they did it.
They did.
They added the pronouns and everything to go along with it. They're just like they don't.
Oh,
even care
that was
anymore.
episode 4, right?
Yeah, episode 4.
I think that's episode 4.
The they them thing or whatever. It's like I don't even care anymore.
And then they hyped up the fucking Jedi Wookiee, and he doesn't even fight. You don't even see him to like do anything the whole show.
And he freaking got killed off or whatever. And we got did my camera
went?
Oh my goodness, guys. Shit. All right, let me figure this out real quick.
Don't worry, I'll hold the show. But yeah, the Wookiee was supposed to be like this big to do because it's like, oh, we're gonna see a Jedi Wookiee, guys. We're gonna see it for the first time, and then he was like making
just bombed.
Well, no, he was like making seaweed soup in like the beginning of the episode. I'm not joking. Like you think I'm joking? I'm not. Like I saw the clips. I have not actually because I don't have a Disney Plus anymore. I got rid of that after The Mandalorian got terrible.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even like Star Wars that much, but like I really liked The Mandalorian, like the first season and like the second season ish. I liked, but they ruined that show too. And like, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so I don't know all the lore and stuff. But like I also just know that like when you have like a character like a Wookiee Jedi. You don't just like spend most of the episode making him look like the most generic and boring fucking like as I said, he's making like seaweed soup at the beginning of the episode, and like then it cuts away and goes back to Coruscant, and you only see him again like basically get murked off screen. So you don't even get to see him fight.
Yeah, they cut the battle apparently because they said due to budget constraints or whatever.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. What do you mean budget constraints? You wasted $180 million. Maybe if you would have spent less on your stupid lesbian chant song bullshit in episode 3, we would have had more budget for the fucking Wookiee fight.
Yeah, that's just effing awful. I couldn't take that scene. I watched like half of it. I'm like, all right, no way. No, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've been seeing clips and stuff from non-legitimate sources So I just refuse. I just refuse to pay for Disney's
Oh yeah,
slot.
no, you
I
don't
just
do that shit.
refuse.
No, it's way too expensive. Um, I I'm gonna have to go get my spare battery. So do you want to take a quick break and then we'll come
Sounds
back to
good.
this? Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll probably wrap it up soon. I got a few other things to go through, but yeah, we'll take a quick break and we'll BRB, guys. All right. Oh my god, my camera's still on. Hang on, guys. There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at the stream now. There we go. You were back.
Hey, hey, hey.
You're
What's going on?
still frozen on my screen for some reason.
Am
I don't
I?
know why. Yeah, I have no
Hmm.
clue why.
Oh, that's weird. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't.
It doesn't matter. It's just
Yeah, I'm live on the stream. That's good. But anyways, guys, we are doing the stream. I don't know if we'll do it every Tuesday or not. Maybe we'll do it multiple days out of the week. I don't know. We're kind of just doing this for the first time. We didn't really knuckle down a schedule yet, but
yeah, we're kind of just doing it for fun because we have stuff to bitch about.
yeah, I got stuff to bitch about. And we are live on YouTube, X, and Rumble. And I always say, smash that like button, share if you guys can. It helps the channel grow. I do appreciate it. And Adam only has one social media, I think, which is on Getter, right?
Yeah, I have a Getter, but
does have a Getter.
I have an X. I just have to reinstate.
Yeah, we get. I was just saying because I put your tag next to your face. I don't even know if you can see that on your.
Yeah,
end,
I can.
But, yeah. So yeah, and I'm on pretty much everything. It's in the link in the description below. This weekend, I don't even think I told Adam about this. I'm doing a charity stream. I'm going to be raising money for somebody on Sunday. I'll 100% confirm that soon, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Should be a good time.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But since we're mocking the left progressive so much, we do have something from the right that we can mock. So there's I know we said we talk about the Trump and Biden debate thing on my title, but we may or may not get to that. But anyways, there's this show. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen, and I don't know if Adam saw it. Did you hear the New Norm show on X?
New Norm.
Yeah,
No.
it's an exclusive X show. It's only on X. Like they're not airing it anywhere else, apparently.
Well, I can look it up here real quick. New Norm.
They call it the South Park of X, legalized humor. Check out the mini pilot of the first sitcom X featuring Larry Elder, Dave Rubin, who I don't like, Jordan Peters, or no, excuse me, JP Sears, and an appearance by Elon Musk. So it's 3
Fuck.
minutes. It's 3 minutes to pilot. I think we should go through real quick because I'm
Yeah,
curious to see your
sure.
reaction. It's not great. I've only watched half of it because I stopped. I'm like, I gotta watch this with Adam when we go live.
It like just looking at like the images on Google, it looks like a really bad Modern Family.
Well, apparently, the Daily Wire made their animated show that was supposed to, I guess, compete with like Family Guy and all that, with Adam Carolla, which I do like Adam Carolla. I find him funny, but from everything I'm reading about, apparently the show's just really bad. Like it's just not funny at all. And apparently this is worse. I was reading the comments and they were saying like, "Wow, I thought Adam Carolla's show was bad. This kind of takes the cake." So,
All right, go for it.
yeah, it's one of those things. Like, look, conservatives, I get on paper like the they, them, and the LGBT's funny, but is it funny enough to make a whole show about it? I don't know. We'll get to that. Can you hear it?
No, I cannot. I
You
think you have
can't?
to. I think you have to share the audio with.
What? Oh, let me try that. Display. Monitor. Video cam. I'll go really upset if I can't do this.
Yeah, it's like I can see the video move, but I cannot.
Progress.
But you can't
It's the
hear
new
it.
norm.
Right.
Yeah, I do notice. Yeah, there's only one sound wave here. Well, guys, like I said, we got to figure this out. And nothing. What? Shit.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
let me
I can also just like while you're playing it, I can just watch it on the stream instead. That'll be a delay, but
Yeah, I
it
mean,
is.
it just... We got to buff out these scratches. Let me try one more thing. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to kill myself. In Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
Now I get why people hire other people to do this.
It's true.
Yeah. Like, why would you hire someone, man? Just do it yourself. And then when I do it myself, I'm just like,
It's
man,
like, oh my god, this is a nightmare.
yeah, I'm like, how do I work
That's
it?
why people hire people.
There's so many settings to click on. That's not it. That's right. I should have an audio source for that, but I don't. That. All right, I'm gonna try one more thing. If it doesn't work, then we'll just move on to something.
As I said, if you just play it, I will watch on the stream.
Oh shit, that's really Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Just play it.
Yeah, we'll just. All right, I'll go back to the beginning. All right, we're just gonna have to play it the same. He'll get it. You good?
Yep.
What's that?
Progress.
Mhm.
It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as
Get
the
it,
old
Bud Light.
norm. I'm the
Oh,
old
it's
norm.
so gay.
I want normal beer.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like
Is that a
dogs.
laugh track in the
Ow.
background?
They have a laugh
Janice.
track in it.
What's that?
Warning,
In a
offensive.
Actually, that
cartoon?
is one of my pronouns. Also,
It's not
they,
good.
them, and me.
You're non-binary?
Oh my
How do you
god.
know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up.
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Where's
They-
my room?
Kind of overdoing it with a laugh
Stay
track.
there.
Yeah, it's like
Chaz
every
is
5
part of a
seconds.
new government program.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist.
Charlie, finally, someone
Redskin
normal.
shirt, Jesus Christ.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just Black Whisper?
You're his friend?
And boss, speaking of, when you coming back to the
Oh,
trophy
that's Larry
shop?
Elder.
As soon as I get rid of this,
Oh.
which means I gotta take in that
Offensive.
Chaz is here to re-educate Norm.
in non-bonery studies.
Boner.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog and
So that's
non-binary.
that.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
It's
I come
What is
here to
that,
get
from,
away from woke.
Trouble at home?
oh, I can't think of it. It's
Oh, my
supposed
boy,
to be.
or whatever it calls
I
themselves
can't think of the
now.
movie, but it's that
is
old
thinking
movie where
about
they're stuck in
transitioning.
space.
Reggie?
Oh, I
Try
know what you're
Regina.
talking about.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble.
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
Hey, pronoun. This bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
Find a way to break him. Maybe we can fix the country.
That's the Admiral Levine.
I just want normals. Beer.
You know there'll be jokes.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
It's almost over.
Changing and I don't know when. This whole nightmare will end. Thank God for Elon Musk. And his shit was
there he
is. Exist the whole free speech.
I
Oh,
almost
that was-
forgot.
That was.
Oh god, there's more.
these
We're
nuts.
going to Disney World.
Make America
Beautiful. Beautiful.
funny
Just beautiful.
again.
God, that was painful. That was that. So what that seemed like to me was if like the left was trying to do like a Babylon Bee thing and like mock the right in some kind of weird
Yeah.
way, you know, like. I'm still trying to process like what we just watched. Like, how is that something that they made and thought, "Wow, this is really good. I'm gonna upload this."
So when I was trying to look up that, I typed in the new norm, and here I'll send it to you. This is what I got.
Were you sending that to me on Discord?
I'll send it on Discord.
How did they get Larry Elder signed up for that?
I know. Like, doesn't he have better things to do?
Wait, what is this?
This is a show, I guess. I don't know.
It looks. Yeah, that is not it. That's a 6.
Yeah, that's what came up though. Do you see it?
Yeah,
it was apparently
normal.
for one season, 2012 to 2013. I don't know why it was like, yeah, that's what you're looking for.
Brian and David are ready for a baby. Oh, because it was a gay couple?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The new normal. Oh, you know what? Now I know what this is. I saw a trailer for it when it was dropping.
Well, I
don't
can tell
know
you
if that's
this.
any better than what we just saw or not.
It's probably not. It looks like it was a once and done thing. It looks like it was out for one season and then it stopped because nobody watched it.
Yeah, go figure. Nobody wants to watch two gay dudes bang. It's like that movie, The Bros. I mean, I'm not going to ask if you saw that, but it's like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was like, "Why did nobody go see my movie?" I'm like, "Well,
he was like pleading, and it was. I think it was actually Twitter too at the time. It hadn't turned to X
yeah,
yet,
it was still
but he was pleading on Twitter like, "You got to go out and see Bros because I'm a gay."
It was bad. I didn't watch the movie, but I watched Crowder's cover of it, and he kind of goes through some of the scenes. It is bad. It is like one of the jokes, just to give you a gist of this Bros movie, was 3 dudes sucking off the same guy. Like that was the joke. I'm like, nobody wants to see that. There's nothing more disgusting than 2 dudes kissing, and especially more than that. The only people that are going to see that are like super, super gay dudes, and that's a very small portion of the population.
And like, I don't think the left realizes like I'm kind of uncomfortable like watching a sex scene in a movie, like a heterosexual sex scene in a movie, because like if I'm in the theater and I'm like around other people and then all of a sudden like they start fucking I'm like so anyways, about this weather, guys. It's like,
could we leave?
I don't know. That's just like,
no, I'm the same way. It's just like, it's especially when you're with like other people or family.
Or you're with
okay, I didn't know
family.
This was in this
so hope this scene is like 30 seconds. I hope he's a quickie.
Goes on for like 10 minutes. But yeah, that was not whoever made. I say this out of not respect, but just friendly advice. Don't make this show. Just I don't know if you signed if you gave money already to Larry Elder and Dave Rubin, but it's just
it looks terrible.
It's just not good. And this is what it goes to show you. I don't want left wing or right wing politics in my shows and my movies. I go because they're always like, "Oh, if it was something you would agree with, you would definitely like it." It's like, no, that was hard. That was one of the worst things I ever saw. That's
and so part of it is like you have to do a show that it's you have to be able to reach across the aisle with any show. Like to give you a good example, look at The Boys season 1. That it had some things in it that you could say like, but it also like knocked both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was genuine in its like what it was trying to present to the audience. Bunch of corrupt superheroes, a corrupt company, corrupt government officials, and there's like a few people that know the actual truth that like Vought is this hyper evil company that is facilitating basically like wanton destruction, and they're covering up for all these superheroes because it makes money.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, like then like as the seasons went on, it's just like
got more political.
You could tell it was just like, oh well, people liked what I was saying, so I'm gonna inject all my political views into it. No, what we liked was the actual writing and storytelling. We didn't like political views. Yeah, it was funny when you kind of made a joke about the right, and then you made a joke about the left, and then you made a joke about American politics in general.
It could be done right for sure.
Yes, and that's why I bring up The Boys as a good season 1 of The Boys as a good parallel, because it's like, what do you see in that show, The New Norm? All you see is just like, it's obviously supposed to be a parody of like those old like Archie Bunker style shows.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a sitcom. That's why there's that laugh track. But then it just doesn't hit right because it's so on the nose what they're making fun of that it like there's no substance to it. Like obviously that character, the transgender with the 2 different eye colors and wears a mask and all that, like that character you shouldn't like, especially if it's going to be one of the major characters, you should not hate that character.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they understand how like the structure of characters has to be is like you need to make all the characters likable in some way, shape, or form. Even the characters you're supposed to hate, like they need to be likable to a degree so that you can stand seeing them on the screen.
Oh yeah, no.
But even the characters we're supposed to like Norm, like I can't stand him. I just can't stand him at all.
Yeah, there's got to be a balance. Like like political jokes and stuff can be done, and they can be done right. And I don't know if you saw Critical Drinker's review of The Boys season 4.
Yes, I did.
But I never watched The Boys. I watched a couple of episodes, and it just wasn't my thing. But I started seeing these articles come out of the creator Eric Kripke. And he totally acknowledges, like, flat out, he's like, yeah, my show is political, and I do insert my own politics into it, and I don't care if you like it. And Critical Drinker was saying, like, yeah, it was kind of obvious at first, like, he's mocking the right a little bit, but it was done in, like, a way where, like, everybody thought it was funny, and it was fine. But he's like, season 4 just gets to the point, even season 3 was just getting to the point, like, flat out, like, okay, this guy's Donald Trump, and these are his supporters. Like,
it was just obnoxious. Like in the season 4, one of the characters is literally modeled after Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's a brand new character.
Yep.
It's not in the comic, and it's like, yeah, you're getting backlash. It's almost like you just created a random ass character so you could make fun of an actual politician.
Yeah.
I wonder why you got backlash. It's almost like that's not fucking funny. It's not creative.
And it's their lowest scoring season. It's like 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. Might even be lower by now.
It's like, oh man, what can I do to score more political brownie points? Oh, I know. Let's make a character that makes fun of X politician that I dislike. It's like, oh wow, that's really original. That was super creative.
Yeah, and like my point being with the right and left politics is most people want an escapism. They want to, just shut off for a little while.
I want to chill out. I just want to chill.
Yeah, that's why like every Saturday night, that's my like gaming night. I usually load up a game, just play for a few hours, and I don't look at my phone. I don't want to hear politics. I don't want to watch politics. I try to escape it. And then that's why I get pissed so much when, like, if a video game or a TV show is being political, because I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, I'm trying to get away from this stuff for just 5 seconds. Like, can't I just, like, have a break? And the left doesn't understand that. And that's why they're so confused when their projects drop. I mean, they're just, like, the Acolyte and stuff is just not doing good because you're pushing agenda that at least half the country, probably more, don't agree with.
Well, it's even more so than that. It's the fact that they're pushing a narrative off of the wings of greater men. You know what I mean? Off of the wings of greater shows, off of the And what I mean by that is, like, you take something like, even though I'm not a big fan of Star Wars, I can understand why people like Star Wars. Like the original 3, they were pretty great movies for their time period, and they really kind of like had a nice, like, the hero's journey, if you will, archetype, but in Luke. And it was like you rooted for the guy throughout all 3 episodes, and you really wanted him to, like, not only get redemption for, like, the Republic, but also redemption for his father, and to stick it to Palpatine. And you loved every second of, like, that journey of his, going from just this, desert farmer, which doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean? Like on that planet with 2 sons, and then all of a sudden he's thrust into greatness. And it's really a nice story that you can kind of relate to. Whereas now, like, these stories are just,
appreciate it, Katomi,
they are not meant for anyone but the writer, it feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's just these self-inserts, self-aggrandizing, and it's like, well, you better like it or you're just a bigot.
Yeah.
Well, no, what you did was you took a greater story and fucked with the lore and made it so that it was something no one could even recognize. It's like you took it's it's like a Tumblr fan fiction of Star Wars is what you did.
Yeah.
You didn't make a good story. You
Yeah.
made the story you wanted to feel because that's what made you feel good.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I wonder why the audience is turning against you. I do wonder why.
Yeah, they take properties that are already made, like they did with Ghostbusters, where they made the all-female Ghostbusters, and they did it with Ocean's 8. They're taking properties that are already made and made quite well that are their fan favorites, and then they try to insert their agenda to it, and then people don't like it. It's the same thing with the Acolyte. Like, you took George Lucas's vision, he made this world, and you're just taking a piece of it and putting your own personal crap into it, and then people aren't taking to it because that's your own personal stuff that you're throwing in there, and it has nothing to do with anti this, anti that. It's just it's a bad show. It's just you're not worrying about the quality of the show. You're worrying about pushing the message. That's why a lot of these woke shows end up just falling by the wayside. Because people want to escape that for just a second. I know I certainly do. You know what I mean?
And even if you look at the sequel episodes, you could even tell there's like infighting amongst the left on how like the show is supposed to be like. Because if you took episode 7, it was basically like a retelling of episode 4, and it was fine, but it was one of those things like, really, this is what you're going to do with episode 7? It's like you haven't done anything special. You know what I mean? You haven't done anything new or original. You've just taken the old lore and like tweaked it a bit. And then episode 8 comes along, and that's what the rise or no, that's the Last Jedi. That one absolutely hated by everybody because it just took everything that we knew about, Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, and just fucking tossed it in the trash.
Oh yeah,
we got to subvert expectations, guys.
Yeah,
and I hated hearing that at that time because I remember going and seeing The Last Jedi because my one buddy Cole is an extremely big fan of Star Wars, loves it, and he left that movie so disappointed. Like, I kind of felt I felt angry for him because I'm like, I don't understand the lore enough, but like when he's like bitching about it on the way home, it's like, yeah, I can understand why you're upset because like the lore and like they just basically took a big steaming pile of shit on it.
And, it's so bad.
They made Luke this terrible character, and then it's like it just made the whole thing for him, like it stole the magic from him. How like a kid when he sees like, I don't know, Pokemon or something for the first time, there's like that twinkle or whatever in their eyes, like, oh, I love Pikachu, I love whatever, Charizard, I love this. And it's almost like that was like, I could see that twinkle of like he was hoping The Last Jedi was good, and like the fucking Kathleen Kennedy just reached down and fucking took that sucker right out of his fucking mouth and spit on it, threw it on the ground, and said, "Fuck you, little kid." Like, imagine doing that to a kid with fucking Pokemon. Like, he loves Pokemon, and you're just like, "Oh, by the way, all those things you love about Pikachu, yeah, by the way, fuck Pikachu."
Yeah, that's pretty much what the whole movie was. Like, everything you ever known about the Jedi and everything, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, that essentially was the gist of the whole story.
And even freaking Yoda's like summoning lightning from the sky to burn the tree.
Oh yeah,
for whatever reason.
He was like, "Oh yeah, remember everything I taught you in the original trilogy? Just forget it. Burn it all down. Who cares? Burn everything down." That was essentially the whole gist of the story, was like, out with the old, in with the new. And
disregard old, consume new product.
Yeah, and it was like the first one kind of lured people in or the first one out of the Disney trilogy.
Yes.
It lured people in because it had Han Solo, Harrison Ford coming back, and some of the old characters coming back. So that's why I went and saw it. It was a great experience. Like it was the first Star Wars movie we saw in 10 years. It was like 2005. It was Episode 3. And going to the theater after all those years with my siblings.
Yeah, it was kind of an experience.
Yeah, it was an experience. Like it was great. People were clapping at the screen and stuff, and we're having a good time. But when you actually go back and watch the movie, you're like, when the hype dies down, it really wasn't that good at all.
Yeah, it was just Episode 4, but less. I don't know. It was
essentially
safe
Episode 4.
movie. Yeah, it was a very, very safe movie.
Yeah, very safe. That's how I would word it. Yeah, very safe.
And then Episode 10 or 9 or Episode 9, the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God!
Not as bad as Last Jedi, but it was still bad.
It's because they had to run fucking repairs of everything that what's his tits? Forget what his name is. Mr. Subvert Your Expectations did. Like they killed off one of the major villains. Snoke was just dead.
Oh yeah. It was like supposed to be like everyone was so like interested in him. Like, all right, these movies kind of suck, but I'm interested in that character.
Yeah,
like,
I want to know what
he about?
Snoke is all about.
He's dead. Screw him.
Yeah, I chopped him in half.
and then they're oh my God! The big twist at the end was like she was Palpatine's granddaughter because somehow
no, Palpatine's clone.
Yeah,
granddaughter.
Palpatine's clone granddaughter, because it wasn't like actual Palpatine. It was like some weird clone.
Well, no, he was trying to like clone himself. He was trying to clone like a body or something for him to inhabit a force sensitive body, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
but don't worry, they've solved that problem in the Acolyte. You just need to have two lesbian space witches scissor each other.
Yeah, just gotta scissor each other,
and then eventually it'll make it.
George Lucas is such an idiot.
Palpatine, who is arguably one of the strongest dark side users ever, couldn't figure it out. That's because he wasn't a lesbian.
Yeah, he wasn't a lesbian. Except the creator doesn't want you to call them lesbians. She was like, I don't know why people are saying lesbians. It's just because there was only females around, so they obviously got comfortable with each other. Like, yeah, there's a word for that.
It's called lesbians.
But yeah, it's Star Wars is dead, and the whole point being that it's like we just watched the Norm show. People want to get away from politics. We don't want politics in every little aspect of everything. Trying to get away from it, and if you're going to be that political, again, go back to the Norm show. Even if it's something that, yeah, I agree with. I think it's horrible that they're teaching this LGBT child mutilation crap in schools. It's horrible. Wearing a mask, is retarded. But it's like,
yeah,
come on. I don't need a whole skit about it and stuff. I mean, I guess it could be done right, but this was not done right. Whatever this was.
Well, I've seen better, better like comedy animation from shit, I forget his name. I'm drawing a blank. He sometimes goes on Tim Cast, and he does
Freedom
like
Tunes.
Yeah, Freedom Tunes. Like I've seen better comedy from that, and those are like sometimes they're sometimes like 45-second clips, for God's sake.
Yeah,
I've seen better comedy from that than that entire 4-minute preview pilot.
I think he's a good example. You can absolutely, for sure, make political things funny, but it depends if you're, I guess, talented or not. I'm not have to be mean to this person, but like it's just not good. It's just not a good show.
It is not.
Yeah, and that was their pilot episode. Apparently, it was a short pilot or mini pilot, is what they call it.
Man, why is the right so terrible at making good like productions and stuff? Why are we so bad at it?
I usually say it's because of the budget. Like, obviously, there's no big names in Hollywood that are right wing, but it's
but we have a fuck ton of money. I don't want to hear that. Like, we just have a shit ton of money. Like, we have a fucking roadmap. We, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Hollywood wasn't all left wing forever. Like there's conservatives that were in Hollywood, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like, so just, what they did was good. Just take that and then, go back to when it was better. And come up with new original ideas. Keep doing that, but like, I just don't know why we're just like we got to have like the new norm. Like, what? What
that's
the
the
fuck
best
are you
we're
talking
getting right
about?
now. Yeah, it's not great. I had some other clips to play, but we since we don't have audio, I'll try to figure that out for next time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I think we'll probably wrap it there. We'll
Yeah, that's a good cherry on the top. Like, we discussed basically why fucking society is failing.
yeah. But yeah, we're kind of getting the gist of this, show or whatever. Maybe we'll have its own special name at some point. I kind of just went live on my channel, and we'll buff out the scratches.
He messaged me. He's like, "Hey, let's fucking do this tonight." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
It was early on the whim. I was like, we did a quick workout. I'm like, "You want to go live tonight?" And we're like, "Let's just do it." And so we'll figure out the technical difficulties, because pretty much when we were on here, me and Adam, I was like an hour before we started, because we were just so many things were going wrong. I was trying to figure out the audio and the video, but we'll get it popping for next time, and I'll figure out how to share not just my screen but my audio, because that's kind of important to be able to hear what I'm
I find that
at.
weird that it shares it, but it won't share the audio with it. It's
weird, because like usually what happens if I share my screen, anything emitting any sound pops up on the right. I mean, I'm pointing at it, but you can't see it. But
right.
It points on the right side of the screen. It'll pop up whatever's emitting sound. But whenever I share my screen, it doesn't pop up on the right. So I got to figure out why it's
how to
doing
fix
that.
that.
Yeah. Because I do this all on my own. Anybody's watching, I don't have an engineer in the background like figuring this out for me. I'm literally doing it on the fly.
We have no technical expert.
I don't have the budget for that, man. I'm in the negatives, man. I gotta do it all myself. So I gotta.
We ain't getting shit.
We're doing the opposite of a profit, but I'm figuring it out on my own. But I'll get more familiarized with it for next time, which I don't know when that will be. But me and Adam will discuss that. And I'll post about it on my social medias, which are linked in the description below, and you can follow Adam on Getter. And appreciate you guys liking, subscribing on whatever you're watching, X, Rumble, YouTube, don't matter. Appreciate it. And probably gonna wrap it up there. Adam, we might be disconnected when I clicked end, but I'll sext you.
All right,
so
sounds good.
All right.
All right.